What is up, everybody? Reggie, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Not too bad. I appreciate that you are hanging out for a bit. I got a chance to play a little bit of Granblue Fantasy Versus,
Yeah, you're gonna show me that stuff.
aka Grabble.
Official name?
Yeah.
Rebel. All right.
I don't know if you knew.
Guraburu.
Yeah, thank you. Right? Granblue, aka Guraburu, aka Grabble.
Gotta grab it.
And as we said, Grabble's got nooch. This game is an Arc System Works game, and it says Cygames right there because it's got that Cygames money. But
Yo, Arc Systems are coming out with like so many games right now.
it's a bit wild how much they're coming out with, and we're just gonna jump right into it. So this is my first hour of play. Right, I've cut out the lobby system, which is great and all that fun stuff with the walking around and so on. But this is me literally jumping on the thing for the first time, first touch, figuring it out and seeing what this thing is. You know,
Oh, that's beautiful.
it's gorgeous. Arc System Works cell shading on point. Right, we saw it in Exerd, we saw it in Dragon Ball. Nothing has changed as far as their quality of 3D. See those armpits?
Shaved.
The internet is losing their minds.
Licking those pits.
Okay, well, I mean, the detail is there. You can figure out what you want to do with them. But either way. So I'm picking Lancelot, who's the boy in blue, and kind of just trying to figure out what his moves are, because I haven't got a chance to look at the move list yet. But the game system is very different from what I expected when I heard Arc Sys was working on this game. So, you know, they're the go-to company now, right? When you've got an IP where you're like, just hand it to them. Dragon Ball, they took care of it. Fist of the North Star, they took care of it with Hokuto no Ken, Sindan no Sosose Kengo Retsuden. They took care of, like, well, Blaze Blue's its own thing, of course. And, like, yeah, I feel like they're just the solid new boys on the block that are, like, making awesome fighting games. But their style of fighting game is hyper. It's anime, right? And this is much more slower paced, much more deliberate, and actually contains footsies and neutral and buttons. And
people were telling me that it reminds them of ST, and I was like, what? And then they were telling me, oh, it's slower, the dashes, like you commit to them. It's not anime that much, from what I heard.
I didn't. So it's anime in appearance, but like I'm using a character that has that little like mix-up.
Yeah.
You know. But I never really. I didn't get to experiment too much with the. Oh yeah, here we go. Big ultimate finish. Yeah, there's the money.
Okay, there's the animation.
There's the money.
There's a wow factor.
Yeah, which actually changes the win pose if you land on it too.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a couple of those in there. Transitions. I spent so that I didn't find. I know there's a focus attack system where you literally absorb and crumple with a counter attack, right?
Okay.
But yeah, you'll notice that like as far as double jumps, air dashing, super jumps, all that stuff, very minimal. You know. Lancelot has the ability to like dive out of the air and do that little mix-up teleport like you saw, but like that seems to be the most complicated air control I've seen so far. You know?
Okay.
They really don't have big Persona 4 arena style jump air dash, you know, IAD dash backwards things going on. And yeah, and at this point, I'm kind of just... There's air blocking there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. So that's a universal overhead I was doing there. There's an auto combo, for sure.
Okay.
But it's pretty much...
How many buttons are in the game, actually?
So you're looking at pretty much... It's an ABC drive game, right? So 3 active buttons for normals, a 4th button for what appears to be like user-specific... character-specific actions. You know? And... yeah, and it leans much more towards.
She's got style. You gotta say.
She does. If you like your cat curls, she reminds me of from FF12, the bunny girl from is it Frey? I think I want to say Frey. Anyway,
Oh, what's her name?
There's the cool rabbit girl from FF12, and she kind of is that style. But yeah, so yeah, this is kind of like what the little lobby looks like when you're walking around and sitting at your cute little cabinet. It's very peaceful.
On top of a flying boat,
of course.
Seems, yeah.
Yeah. But that's exactly it. So like, it's a lot more precise. And the funny thing is that I don't know. I feel like, how do casual people feel about like super turbo style footsies and classical pokes?
It's fun until you play against someone that's really
knows how to do it,
exactly. Right? Because then that gets really lame if you're not used to it.
Because it almost feels, I almost can imagine somebody enjoying the simplicity of a classical style fighting game without too many, trimmings of like fancy stuff, but then getting really frustrated at how rock, paper, scissors the situations can be and how you feel kind of helpless, So I'm looking through my move list here trying to figure out what his deal is, and you get a little preview video in the corner to see like, yeah, he's got the like slow projectile that you can chase. One of the most interesting things about this system is you'll get a better look at it in the next match, but there's no traditional meter in the sense that you're not burning through meter for EXs, right? You have special moves, like your DP, your quarter circle forwards, and your backbacks, and all those stuff are 4 unique icons on cooldown.
Oh, so it's like
Rising Thunder
card activation type of thing, or
MOBAs.
Okay.
Right. I remember we talked about it with Rising Thunder when we did the Get Into Fighting games on that. It's a little bit like that, Each, like your Shoryuken, your Hadoken, your Tatsu have unique cooldowns, right? When you do EX versions, they take even longer to come back.
Okay.
Right?
And does it depend, I guess, on the projectile? You might get a shorter cooldown. If it's a big invincible attack, it's a longer cooldown. Okay.
Yeah, maybe a Sonic Boom would have a shorter cooldown than like a traditional Hadoken,
Okay, I like it.
Yeah. And it felt, I think that when you did an EX version, again, you were completely locked out from doing the whole move for a little while. The meter itself is entirely for your super or your, like, I'm about to die level 3 super type of thing. And that's it. So you get to be generous with your special attacks in a way. And it reminds me a bit of how MK11 is very, like, it's not your meter, it's your stamina.
Yeah.
By default, you're full. And by default, you have EX moves to burn. And then you have to, like, basically wait a little bit to get them back. It's like that, Which
is good because it makes your defense worthy. Like, it's more intuitive in that way, Like, if you want that cooldown to, like, reset, you need to defend. You need to, like, take your time before you're going in, right?
Yeah. So here's your little, like, little weird crown princess girl thing. I don't know what the deal is, but she apparently hates being short and stands on boxes to make up for it.
Oh, Tom Cruise.
Yeah. Okay. Al Pacino with his lifts.
She is so short.
She's really tiny.
She's so small.
Small hitboxes. We love them. Right? Yeah, I think this match I was trying out some of those moves I looked in the move list. Just sort of to see what they do, Couldn't quite figure out a ton of it yet. But anyway. So something interesting about this whole idea where you add where you start with your full stocked meter. Like, as early as Alpha 3, I remember that game being like, you have level 3 as soon as the round starts.
Yeah.
Right? Now, this idea of you being fully stocked as a default state is interesting, because think about, like, how Street Fighter 4 felt, right? When someone had meter, they were the best version of their character.
Yeah.
Right? So you knew that if, like, Cody, who was walking up to you, buttery, right? He had a full stick of butter to zonk you with, right? Or you'd be terrified of Viper, right?
Oh boy, EX Seismo.
Right?
Such a good move.
Unreactable, right? So the idea of characters being at their best by default seems kind of nuts, depending on how good the moves are at EX state, right? So, like, how do you feel about, like, this kind of, like, MK11 Granblue sort of era of games we're going into?
It's good. This is me at my best right now.
So that's what you... Okay. Yeah, there she goes. She's on the boxes.
Whoa.
So you actually you agree with the idea? Like you think you like the idea of not building towards their best state, but starting at their best state and then having to lose their advantage as the match goes on.
Here are all your tools. Work with them, and let's see where it goes.
Interesting. I'm not sure how I feel
sure?
yet. I don't know. I think I kind of like that.
You feel more powerful when you have more options.
I like that. Yeah, you do. But I like getting there a little bit into the momentum of the match, you know? I
feel like when you don't have anything, it really becomes, well, not really, but it's a bit like a comeback mechanic in a way.
Okay.
Like in the ST, you don't have super at the beginning.
Yes.
So you just play, and then you get super, and everything is sealed.
Yes. So that's where I was gonna go, right? So if you think about like fighting Yun in AE 2012 or no AE original.
Imagine if you had 4 meters
all the time.
No,
that means everything is sealed.
But he was a mistake.
But that's why I'm trying to say that I'm not too sure about this. I'm at my best. No matter what version, you know? If you can't fight me at my best, you don't deserve me at my worst. So, yeah, I'm still trying to land that super there. I really want to get it, but, yeah.
So, I guess the top bar is the health bar, and the percentage is the meter bar.
Exactly, and then those 4 icons are on cooldown, exactly.
And there are little arrows as well, which I guess
so
is the direction.
It's almost like your tilts in Smash, your side Bs, your up Bs, and down Bs, but, yeah, that's pretty much what it works out to, you know. And as you can see, 2 of hers are on cooldown, and now they're back, you know. So it's everyone basically has 4 abilities that they can, you know,
cycle through.
Yeah. The idea of a character that has a refillable Yun EX lunge punch is terrifying, and I don't like that world.
That is scary.
Yeah. Speaking of scary, I had no idea what this character was doing. Both her and me.
Really aggressive. She was jumping.
Yeah, she was. I was basically just like, okay, he's got something that is safe, and I remember trying to hit pokes out in between. Not too sure where to go with it. Not too sure how to get, you know, in between those gaps. Gran is your. His name is Gran. The name of the game is Granblue.
Where's Blue?
Yeah. Like, so this type of character design. You ever see Battle Fantasia? No? Okay, Battle Fantasia is this generic fantasy game that was like one of the first 3D but 2D fighting games. And it was on the Taito Type X. It was like almost like an experimental game. But it had a ton of just generic fantasy character designs like this. And he just reminds me clearly of that. It's such an obvious like Ryu type, you know? But yeah, you can see what he's got. So at this point, I'm kind of figuring, like, Lancelot, he's got, like, a wall bounce, he's got a jump, he's got that command dash, right?
Invincible, it says so when your move is invincible, that's excellent.
Yeah! Wake up supers!
Hey, look at this.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. I should have played this.
It was a limited time on the one weekend, unfortunately. Yeah, you got to throw as well. It was weird because there's a couple. You're gonna see a couple times where I was trying to punish that DP on the way down, and didn't.
Oh wow!
Recovery was really quick if you waited for his feet to touch. Yeah, but anyway,
the pressure is on.
Yeah.
So would you think that? Would you say that Lancelot was a rushdown character, or is he balanced?
Definitely rushed out. Okay. Definitely rushed out, and I think I kind of start to figure that out a little bit later, you know?
I see.
But he's made to stay in. He's made to, like, he's got, like I said, a command dash. He can do things like Leo.
Okay.
Right?
Can he cross up?
He can cross up on you. And that air dive, he can cross up, he can uncross up on you. And that was the trickiest thing I found that I was like, I think I picked cool. I picked someone I like.
Yeah, as long as it's not low tier, as usual.
Which, who knows where it's going to be.
Please, Woolie, give Lancelot a chance.
So far, I was the only one using him. I fought one mirror match the entire time.
That seems like a bad sign.
Yeah.
But he's really cool, though, so I'll give it to you.
A lot of people like that whip girl and her armpits.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lick him.
Yeah. But yeah, so like, air to air right there to hard knockdown. Not to tech flip out.
Yeah, what are the... Did you find out some teching recovery stuff? Like, can you go?
No, there's no training mode, so I couldn't practice, like, ukemi situations. You
There
know?
seems to be an air recovery, at least.
There is one, yeah, but it's not on everything, you know? So he has a little Rekka there as well. Right.
Cornered. Oh, yeah, time to block!
Clash!
Okay, clashes, arc
Yeah.
assist special.
Exactly. And it's letting you know about your punish timing as well. Yeah, so there's your flip out, exactly. So some things are some things are techable, but some things lead to like straight up like hard knockdowns, yeah. Which means there's gonna be Oki.
Yeah.
Which means you're gonna have to hold shit, you know? In particular, that little teleport I'm doing, the little Dante trick,
Yeah.
has follow-up attacks out of it, but I'm again still trying to just mash them out, you know. When you pick a new character in a game like this, like, what is your criteria?
I like a character that allows me to have control, basically.
Do you have to see their move list before you feel
Well, I
confident
look at
making a pick?
how they look. I'm like, okay, what moves does this character have? Because he looks really cool. And if the tool set matches my style, then
That
I'll
slide
play
is
him.
good. Got a little bison slide. I can stop my Rekkas 2 swings in. Right.
Let's go.
Okay, so
But Lancelot looks really cool, I gotta say.
yeah. I that's of all of the cast, I was like, okay, that's the cool guy. Cool guy, 2 swords. Yeah, let's see what you got. Okay, so if you pick a character and then their move list is just like not that exciting, you just cycle to the next.
I'll stick with the character until I'm like, okay, I'll try something else. Yeah, you're right, pretty much.
Okay.
Because if I can't play the game in a way that matches my style, then with this character it doesn't work. I can't play Ibuki in Street Fighter 4, so I'm not gonna like play her. You know?
Right. Okay. I just kind of, as much as like I'm weird like that in the sense that like I usually just stick with it no matter what it is.
Let's see.
But there's times when it's just too much for me, right?
Yeah, like
Viper
exactly
was
Viper's
way
super
too much.
technical. It's so technical.
I wanted to do Viper. I really wanted her to be my main when 4 came out, but I gave up. It just wasn't happening, you know?
That's being nice to yourself.
Yeah. And Kiru in Uniist, excuse me.
Soon Uniclear.
Yeah. It's too much. I wasn't feeling it. Bang Shishigami, same kind of feeling. So yeah, at this point I think I'm getting a bunch of sets in off the same Grand player because it felt like we were around the same level, so we were both kind of just figuring the system out together. Little hop behind there, right? And like, yeah, he's got these raw DPs you got to worry about. And I was just like, oh, interesting. Like, so much of this is based on grounded play, you know? And like real left, right, down situations. And occasionally something goes ham, but most of the rounds are pretty seeable, you know? We'll have to see what the full...
Everything seems controlled.
Yeah. So yeah, experimenting with that slide. That sweep goes under low profiles, fireballs like his. You know, so that's an important zoning tool for later.
Oh, that was brutal.
Yeah.
Street Fighter 5 mix-up.
Yeah, going for a throw and you get counter hit. Right? See, look at that.
The punish, yeah.
You see that? Like, on the way down to nothing.
I do not want to believe that is safe.
I don't either, but I don't want to believe I have to punish it while he's in the air. Because you want to get, you want to get a grounded punish. Yeah. So there, trying to get the mix-ups going.
Nice. Oh no.
Isn't that's a light. That's a jab, dude.
That is so weird.
So this is the point where in the game where I'm like, okay, hold on. Jabs are not working on the way down from a DP. What is this game actually trying to do here? You know?
I'm wondering if it's gonna be like, oh, very quick recovery, so you have to punish perfectly.
Do an air throw on the way down, you know?
Air throw.
Super, like, I don't know, but it definitely...
I think that some characters can actually get some air confirms. Like, I've seen one character do a poke while the character was in the air and cancel straight to super.
Yeah.
And was able to juggle.
Yeah.
Who knows?
But it was very interesting seeing like it's like, oh, he lands almost safe.
Yeah.
You know, pre-jump frames are at a minimum,
Frame perfect punishes.
and post-jump for that matter.
Twin Fang, Prodigy, Adventurers.
Yeah, and of course the budget showing through on some of these stages as well, like with their transitions, like Dragon Ball style. You know, the field we were in, kind of between rounds, sometimes changes. Clashes seem to leave you at neutral, and it seems like multiple characters have similar startups on at least A and B, because I feel like a couple times I saw clash into A, clash into B off the auto combo. You know?
Okay.
But it definitely might be a situation like in Dragon Ball where, you know how if you start clashing with somebody, you like hold back so that you cancel the auto combo system?
Yeah.
I don't know if this game lets you do that.
Ooh.
I didn't find an input to cancel the auto combos, which is big.
Whoa.
Speaking of big. Yeah.
Yeah, you were in the air when he hit you, right?
Big stab there.
Let's go.
Single hit, no cutscene.
I'm not sure, but it seems like your teleport is a bit slower than a regular jump. Oh no, it seems like the same thing.
It's instant on the way up, but there's a floatiness on the way down. You know?
It seems like it takes like the same time as a jump to me.
Like it gets there faster, but then the drop down is well, no, that's faster than a jump.
Yep.
That's definitely faster than a jump. Yeah.
Hey. Leo, come back.
The forward inputs are a little bit weird too, because you definitely can't do them point blank. Oh yeah. Yeah. What?
Yeah, but I super. Oh. Okay.
Right. So and he jumps off screen. Right. So that's a full on Morrigan CVS1.
Oh, it comes with the drill.
Yeah. Or Vega. Right. Or Vega does his super by jumping away from you.
Okay. Yeah.
On startup.
Or maybe a Bison boss in Alpha 3.
So now we start. Now I start. I'm like, okay.
Now you know what's going
Shenanigans,
on.
right? Uncross up, recross up. Which way? Oh, yeah. I'm like, okay, I see what he's about.
Spider-Man.
Yeah. You're right. If you stay on plus, if you press the advantage, right, you can start really getting some mix-ups going. So I'm like, okay.
Throw. And you have that projectile to cover yourself as well.
So for him, the D button is that dash.
Oh, is it like that for everyone or just that character?
Well, I only played him.
Oh, okay.
I only touched him. But like, yeah, the D button is that dash in on the ground, and in the air, it's the dive.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a movement option.
Kind of interesting, you know?
And do you know much about that universe? Or
not a ton. I have a friend who's super into it, but I don't really know what the world is. We've talked about it a little bit on the podcast recently, and it's gentle fantasy is the word that we was used to describe the setting. There's a dodge there. Gran definitely has a dodge. I don't know if it's universal or not, but there it was.
Oh yeah. Big damage.
Yeah, EXDP. Seems to like a fantasy universe where it's more important that you are dateable at all times than you actually like being an adventurer. Get fucked. Me. Yeah. You know, it kind of is like there's a lot of very like yeah, sure, we can go save the world, but what are you doing later? Maybe we can go out to the bar and get some tavern slop. I don't.
Oh my god.
You know.
Slice of life. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Basically, slice of life in your fantasy, yes. Seems to be why people dig it. Look at that! Right? So
Covered.
his poke is absolutely a bait super bait on Wake Up for sure.
And I guess maybe your super also has a lot of startup?
Yes, exactly. It has to move forward. and it feels like even if you do it point blank, it's like there's a little bit of travel to it. Look at that little
What? Who?
God damn! Like it's like you ever see Sonic Unleashed? No. Well,
is this something I should have seen, or is
I mean,
better?
you're better off as you are now. You're fine as you are, Reggie. Right.
What about Sonic Unleashed?
There's a little flying buddy, and he goes Sonic.
Okay, thank you.
Got it?
I got it.
The whole game.
That's okay. It's way worse than Navi. Hey, listen.
Look, watch out. We all got used to that. That's fine. So yeah, apparently she's a ghost, and she hangs out with ghosts.
Whoa.
Anyway, we all know what people want.
It looks like goo stuff.
Pretty much. That's a tag on one of those websites. God bless. So she's the zoner. And she's mean, man. And like, I'm glad I got these couple early matches in with her because like later on when I meet Flux, he starts really just absolutely destroying with it.
Yeah. He gets him.
She's got like, you know, full screen lows. She gets rid of that ST analogy real quick. You know what I mean? But there's always a Dhalsim, isn't there? Look at that.
Wow.
Fireball goes through her during the animation there. Right?
Looking like a fantasy phonen.
Neutral jump over my dumb wake up, my raw super.
So from what I see, Fairy became a spirit at the moment of her death. And she was waiting for his sister to come back home, and she transformed into this, basically.
Okay. And what's with the animals?
I do not know.
Okay. So there she got like a sweep into super right off the bat, like pretty quick confirm.
Hey, combos. So already you have a good 6-hit string right there.
Yeah, ABC, Rekka, right?
So if every character has accessible combos like this, then everybody can play.
Ideally, she seems to again be way more about her setups like that, like sending out the animals.
Yeah.
You know, I believe that was her universal overhead there, and like zoning grabs or hit grabs for that matter. Like that was pretty much her chain there. That's the EX Rekka.
There's the super
and yeah.
Whoa.
So yeah, she absolutely becomes a problem real quick.
She seems like a handful of trouble.
Would you? Is that? Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
That's
No.
nothing.
No. Okay.
No.
Okay. You want that girl on the boxes, huh? I see how it is.
Too short. Too short.
Okay.
Oh. Okay, you can't even turn the camera.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You can get a little dynamic camera going.
Been a Rooney.
So there's this girl. And she's pretty cool too. She probably would have been my second pick. I don't know if she's more your style or not, but
I like her sword, the thin swords like
yeah. Fencing.
Yeah,
fencing style.
Oh, she's cool.
Feels like she might be the Ken, but I'm not 100% certain. Maybe Lancelot's the Ken. I don't know. Tough girl voice.
Yes.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Okay, let's see what she can do here. She has a faster projectile than you.
But mine had multiple hits on it. She's got that DP. Decent pokes.
Whoa.
Yeah. She threw out 2 of those, by the way. So DP cooldown was whatever.
Next time you play, you should try to do the projectile into the teleport if that's possible. Maybe
Projectile into teleport.
That mix-up going on.
EX charge up on that. So she's got her stab is actually one of her moves.
Okay.
Whoa. Yeah.
Yo. Okay.
It's pretty typical, but it's still pretty. Yeah, I was trying fancy,
Could
but
not punish.
I mean, and that thing looks incredibly unsafe, right? Like,
Very unsafe. I'm surprised that even with her timing, she was not able to hit you.
Yep, and it wasn't reversal timing, but still,
Battle
yeah,
2. Engage.
very,
Let's
very
go.
surprising.
It's really weird. Like, some
Yeah.
cooldowns are really quick.
That's-
Is it because you hit with it?
I don't no, because look, she like I'm looking at the cooldowns now, and it's like no, even hit or block, it's gone, it's back.
Oh my god.
Like that DP is super quick cooldown, you know? It seems like when you EX it is when it becomes a problem,
Okay.
you know? But they kind of allow you to spam, which, you know, a normal fighting game pretty much would, right? But I guess it's just like, if you're going to make EXs not actually cost meter, then they have to cost time.
Yeah. Oh, that's logical. Yeah, that seems accurate. And what is the input to do the EX?
Doing your specials with C.
I see.
So Dragon
So
Ball.
A, B, and C.
Yeah.
Okay.
A and B are like, you know, light, medium, and then the heavy version is the meter.
Sweet.
Pop up off of that, right? So that's where I start going like, okay. If you do the dive, right? And I think it's not any, but I think it's the B version of the dive specifically. With Lancelot, you get the bounce up, and then you can,
You can follow up.
yeah,
Ooh.
aerial only, right? It's not a grounded full combo, but still interesting.
Skillful moves average. What is that stat?
I wouldn't pay too much attention to gacha stats.
Alright.
Might just be hangover, like what residue from the fucking from the mobile game, dude. Yeah, you know how it is.
That you're gonna get into, right?
Clearly,
Yes.
made for me. Love that breadcrumb addiction system. Yeah,
Grind.
I was reading about how the PvP system is like groups of people play against each other, and like whoever wins gets like double XP for the week or whatever. But that means you're basically playing with addicts, and whichever and you know what I mean. And you have to, your addiction has to defeat their addiction. Yeah, I don't know about that one, bro. That ain't it, Chief. She has a deflect. She has a super shield of some kind. Look like an AT field.
Are throws on forward and C?
Throws are forward, A and D actually.
Okay.
So it ended up being like third strike inputs. Any air?
slow.
Nope. No way.
We've seen that startup already.
Yep.
And try to punish. Hey! Okay, that one you had time. That one you had
Yes.
time.
Yes. Finally. But it really throws you off when you don't land an A
Yeah.
as a punish. So then you're like, what do I do? You know? I guess like at that point you just go back to the old Street Fighter 2 days of like sweeping or like sweep like before they touch the ground or air, like I said, air throw. You know?
Frozen.
That's a poke. That poke right there.
That is a
That's a
big
button. That's a good button.
in your eyes.
Yeah. And you know that she can like confirm it for sure. Yeah.
Oh, she attacked out of that armor too.
Okay.
That barrier.
What do you
Take
think?
this.
Yeah? Maybe her?
I like her. I like her pokes. I like
Yeah.
the projectile game. She has a DP. She's like a good Shoto.
Too bad you're getting fucked. And cash money.
What?
When in doubt, I turn to my blades.
Hey,
Special win poses when you kill with the level 3.
that's so cool.
Side games, y'all.
Good
Side
details.
games.
Good details.
Get ready for that
flair.
Evo main stage.
It's there. It's there.
Catalina
Versus.
Lancelot.
And you're getting a bit better now.
A little bit, trying to figure out a little bit. Now I know that you like, for you, Smash was like like your proper first love. But Smash resembles hyper games more than it resembles slower games. But I also know about how you love Third Strike.
Yes.
I've never really talked to you much about older, slower games, but like, are you more of an Xism guy or an Aism guy, you know? Like, does this actually, as a speed of game, fall within the realm of, like, your type?
Well,
Because I know it's new and you'll play it regardless, just to find
I will
out.
try it.
Because why not? But
I've played a lot of ST.
wall bounces right there.
I've played a lot of ST, so I'm okay with that speed.
Oh, you see that? You see that?
Yo.
Uncross up? That's where it starts.
Yeah, you gotta give people something to be afraid of, something to think about.
Yep, I jumped over you. No, I didn't.
A bit of the capre. Oh, that's a quick recovery after that dive.
It was empty.
So if you can do empty dive, and it won't. Oh wow, okay, that's really good. So you have less landing lag, and you can
Little
go
bit.
low,
Little
you can
bit.
go high.
Empty dive low. Yeah, so you played a lot of ST.
Yes. And people are saying like, oh, Granblue is really slow. I'm not sure about the pace, but hey, it's a fighting game. Like, accept it for what it is. You know, you can't compare it to other games all the time. You know.
I didn't capitalize. I didn't capitalize, but I like the ideas, you know, of like jumping off the wall. You whiff your DP, and I'm standing like, "What's up?" Yeah.
Where you going?
Yeah.
Why are you pushing buttons?
So you don't mind the slow
No, I do not.
Samurai Showdown?
I'm going to try it definitely.
You never played any of the older ones, though. Huh?
There was a pizza place when I was younger in high school that had the first
Samurai Showdown 1.
1
Wow.
arcade cabinet.
Okay.
And I would go there like sometimes after school and play Charlotte.
Okay.
It's pretty cool.
Because that is the slowest it gets. Minus like Bushido Blade, you know?
Bushido Blade was cool.
It was, and you die in one hit.
Yeah.
So like the slowness made up for the fact that it like every swing matters. You know? What counter hit? That's the round, fool.
die.
That's the round.
And you could even like get limbs like incapacitated. your arm was dying.
Injured,
Yeah.
exactly.
But yeah, right now I feel like people are saying that this is slow, but I don't find it slow at all.
It's slower than Dragon Ball.
Yeah, obviously, but it's still. I'm in your face.
Yeah. I mean, I'm playing a character that's got shenanigans, you know? But, like, and it's slower than Marvel. It's slower than, like,
Yes.
most anime right now.
Guilty Gear,
Yeah.
slower than Eunice, slower than everything else.
Like, look how floaty
jump.
those jumps are. That jump was, you know? Clash.
And the pokes, I feel like you don't have like infinite strings up to now. Like,
Yes. You really kind of only have those three, high and low, you know? But again, this is figuring it out on the go.
Hey.
Bait that DP. Yeah. So that's exactly it. Now, my preference, all things considered, is definitely for the slower games, right? And it might just be like, a matter of like, well, I love Marvel. I play Marvel as well, so I do have the ability to play fast, and you know, like I can keep up with that. But like, there's just the deliberate immediacy of like, nah, I read that though.
Yeah.
You know, I really like that. I like the low action, low APM, high stakes.
Yes.
You know, that just feels better to me. Something about that feels better. It's hard to describe. Versus tons of decisions. Yeah. Because you could have other versions of the games where it's like you make multiple decisions and they're all for low exchange, right? So every time you touch, you do 10-15% here and there. Or you could have like 2 touches for 50, you know?
Make it count. Bye-bye. Ugh. Dame da yo.
Yeah.
Engage.
So that is where I learned that you can sweep on the opening of the round and it'll connect.
Max range.
Max range, exactly. And if she's doing a high button, she eats it. Ah!
You said that you could dash with the D button.
Yes.
Can you backdash as well, or is it only forward?
No, you can fall, you can D and then back and D and he'll fake. Right?
you can
So you're
fake
like,
dash.
yeah, fake dash, but you can't back dash, no.
This is really good, actually.
Yeah, it is.
Because then you
But-
can fake dash and bait a button,
But the thing about the dash is there's a cooldown on the end of it.
even if you fake it.
I think so.
But if you fake it and the guy whiffs in front of you, you
Then,
still get.
yeah, you still get enough time.
Yeah.
But like
Good,
you'll
good.
see, but what you'll see is you'll see the dash and you can press a button out of it, but then there's like a sliding moment at the end of it that like you can't do anything,
Yeah.
right?
I think people were a bit mad about this. The people who were not used to it. they were
It's
like,
not
I want
full
a block.
It's not fully cancelable. It's, you can't dash block. It's definitely a little bit it's a little bit risky.
Get a good 15-20% damage there with a knockdown.
Yep. Stay on him. Stay on him.
In the corner.
Waiting for the DP that doesn't come.
It's gonna come, it's gonna come. Oh, not yet.
Well, I let him out, but
Hey, that was vicious.
yeah. Again, raw supers for no reason, but
His forward jump doesn't go forward a lot.
no. In fact, a lot of the characters don't have tons of forward momentum. Jumps are very Blanca-y.
Yeah.
You know? They're high and shallow.
Interesting.
Not shallow. They're much more vertical than they are horizontal. You know?
I wonder if there are ways to affect the jump arcs, like maybe if you dash and jump or something like that.
Yeah, unsure.
We'd have to
Unclear.
test. We'd have to test. Putting on the pressure or not. Hey, I love it. I love it. I love it.
Empty.
Respect.
Yeah. No DPs. There it is. Because you've been waiting like the whole time. I'm like, this motherfucker, why didn't you do... I know you have it. You know? You know he has
It's
it.
about when.
Goddamn son of a bitch, Gran. Like, stop pretending. I know it's there, you know? And nothing.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Yo, that was sick.
Yeah. So that's one of those things where, like, I remember one of the first things I found out with adult Gohan was his slide can connect from round start as well. And I'm like, I'm going to do this until someone shows me why I shouldn't. And then a 2H answers that question sometimes, you know? But, yeah.
You see there, you dashed and you jumped and you got to the wall.
Exactly. Yeah, there's definitely momentum on it,
Yes.
for sure. The running jump is I fucked up.
No, what's gonna happen?
Super Clash. Yeah.
Oh, so cool. Okay.
So that's how you know, like, okay, one, super priority is even. Two,
Like there was no invincibility or like.
different starter. Yeah, they're both hitboxes were there, and different startup times. Like can and will clash with each other if done at like simultaneously in a way, you know.
Oh, that was sick.
Because usually, like rival schools rules is whoever goes second wins,
Yes.
but clearly not the case here, you know.
Lancelot.
Yeah, that got me pretty excited. But if someone has a multi-hit super, they probably win,
Of course, would maybe clash with the first hit,
and then they just
keep
eat
going.
the second one. Yeah.
Bang, bang.
Believe in victory. Battle 1.
Do you believe, Woolie?
I
you
kind of
believe in
so
victory?
that you see that juggles, right?
In the air,
air to
yeah.
air, and then no tech equals you can keep the juggle going. I kind of wanted a wilder Arxis, decide the destiny style round start. Didn't quite get it. A little bummed about that. I was expecting like the greatest fantasy returns again. Steal your sword. You know?
Oh my god.
A shield rises. A dragon's wings are spread.
You want that English
Yeah.
random nonsense?
Yeah. The bluest Gran rises. Insert coin for Gacha win. I like that airship in the back. Pretty stylish. Punish.
So there's one thing I'm wondering watching this, and you know how you could juggle people in the air when you were on the ground?
Yes.
I wonder if you can, because you blocked the projectile in the air earlier in the previous match, but I
Yes.
wonder if you can block normals from the ground, or if they're unblockable.
Ooh, good. Yeah,
You know?
yeah. So what I tried to do there was bread and butter, like ABC, Rekka, EX into Super. And I could not EX into Super.
Oh.
So what you saw was it dropped the Rekka, and then he blocked the Super. So at the very least, there's no EX into Super confirms that I've seen. I'm not sure about normal into Super.
Yo, I did not see anything.
Yeah. Which way? He's got a button for it.
I like your patience.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I don't have a DP, right? So like I have to space you instead.
Oh, he broke. What? What was that interaction?
We both have multiple hits on our projectiles. Mine eats first. The first trades. Yeah. Chip.
Yes.
Super chips. The rest doesn't. Street Fighter rules.
That's good. That's good.
So it looked like it's like almost like weird like Mortal Kombat rules where it's like the fireballs clashed at first and then because mine moves slower, like I got hit, but then my other one like I got hit by his and then mine didn't pass me and then it slowly moved forward, you know? Almost like a sonic boom that absorbs the first hit and then like keeps going, but it's too slow to clash on the second hit. Weird.
So weird.
Weird. Very weird. Yeah.
Do you know if there were any perfect block mechanic?
Ooh, I don't recall seeing any.
Because in this game, it would be pretty significant.
Yeah. To get better recovery off
Yeah.
of safety?
Battle 1.
Sure.
Engage.
Did not recall seeing any. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't have any, because I feel as if
Combo limit.
yeah, I feel as if like perfect blocking is not like beginner friendly, but hard to say. So this is Flux Waves.
Flux Wave.
This is our boy from Montreal, one of the strongest in general in anime and in Street Fighter.
Yes.
And we met each other online, and I'm like, okay, let's see what you got, you know? Show me what a real fairy looks like.
Hey.
Yeah.
Did you see her face?
Yeah, I think a lot of people on that day were seeing these supers for the first time, you know? And I definitely saw no other Lancelots, like I said, so it was really rare, you know?
Flux
Yeah,
Wave.
trying to feel out Flux. Yeah, and you know the type of guy he is. Oh, there it is!
Yes. Watch your feet.
Yeah, and you're like, okay, now he knows. Right, never do it again. Or do it until he proves he can stop it. Pick one of the two.
Counter hit.
Right? From what, like, Oki from like mid-range, you know? Get fucked.
Okay.
Anti-air.
Anti-air.
No. Yeah.
Hold your ground.
I feel like she's probably high up there, right? Like, just from the get-go. Yep. Like, dial some drills. But it's like straight up, test your theory, right? Let's lab this.
Oh, you teleported under the wake up.
The DP. Let's lab as we learn, as we fight.
This is how it is. Do all the crazy stuff now at the beginning.
Yeah.
And you'll see what works, what sticks to the wall.
Flip out super. You know I had to do it to him.
Hey. Take
Yeah.
that, armpits.
And then we did a pretty long set. He absolutely like wrecks the floor with me.
Oh, yeah.
Make no mistake. He
download was,
he adapts very, very quickly.
Skynet in full effect.
Yeah. Let's see if we can get another one back in here. But we started to learn these characters. We started to really learn, you know, the matchup and a bit of what was going on. And like by the end, I was feeling pretty comfortable with it. but you can never really learn until you're in a lab.
Yeah.
You don't know what your character fully has.
It's so fun to be in the lab. I love
for the first
lab.
time.
I love it.
For the first time, it's great.
I love
You're just it's like a first date. You know what I mean? You're like, ooh, what are we going on? What you got?
Yeah, all these possibilities.
What's going on back there? What kind of secrets you got? I don't know. Might find out something fun about you. Oh, you got wall jumps? Word? Okay. Overheads. Watch your head flux. Oh, he watches his head. Yeah.
He has defense. He has defense.
That's, yeah. And look how slow the cooldown is on her DP there, right? It is just coming back now. Like, some characters are really different. But he realized, he's like, yo, just keep him out. Just keep him out. And I'm like, oh shit.
Oh no.
Oh, how do I get in?
Oh no.
Think of Jacko. He plays Jacko in Exerd, right?
Yep. He
So-
likes little spawns. He likes puppets. He likes puppets, yeah.
Overheads. EX. No. Get shimmied. Flux got the shimmy. He got shimmy. I felt good about it. I'm not gonna lie.
So I would assume there are no crouch decks or anything like that.
So that's the move so after getting destroyed for a while, I'm not using my forward move. And that thing goes through fireballs and leads to a juggle state. So I was like, that's the answer.
That's so good.
But here you go. Yeah.
Overkill.
In style. So that's it. Custom finish. GG's Flux Waves. GG's
So
everybody.
beautiful.
So that's Granblue, man. This game looks really sick. I'm really excited to lab it and play more. I hope you are looking forward to it as
I
well.
want it.
Yeah. And one Tuesday night we're gonna sit down and get into it.
Let's go. Oh, we're gonna get into it.
Ooh. Yeah.
Ooh.
And then maybe if you do good enough, you can get into some of that side games money.
Yeah. Thank you.